Coach, you're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got a vote, I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one now. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Here we go.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. DJ Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Newton. They'll roll him out right. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Play action. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Here we go. Black 80. Here we go.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Garoppolo now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Mike, here we go. 180. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal. way of doing it. Makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Check 24. Check 24.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Gun. 36.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go. Coming to you.
Now a give to Breida. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 22 carries, 105 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
22 yards there, a first down. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football. And guess what? I throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Garoppolo, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
12.
On 2nd and a yard. Garoppolo buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. there could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 29, Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And he fields it cleanly. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Breida, he'll try the right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Garoppolo. And that's knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. On 2nd and 9. Newton, that's to McCaffrey, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. On 1st down, Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Newton to throw. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd and 9. Newton, that's complete right around the 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've come upon halftime here. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Terry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the pickup, first down. He won't go down. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A big play there from McCaffrey. 49 yards on the ground. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
2nd down and goal. Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off play action. Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dee Ford has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. Richard Sherman there to knock that one away. We've seen that a few times in his career.
And he played a very tough route really well there. Dig route. Oftentimes you get the impression receivers going deep and tries to get your hips turned and you taking off and running. Instead, he stays square, stays with him, and comes back and makes a play on the ball. One of the best things about him, takes very few false steps.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. On second down, a run with Breida. He cuts right sideline in some space. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 89 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
20.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And a give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watch the slap, watch the slap, watch the slap.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton rolling. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo now. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. And they're not doing it.
So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Chris Jones in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And these guys locked into that number 1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while now. The question on everyone's mind, can they finish the regular season a perfect 16-0?
And it all comes back to philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the head coach, and, of course, the locker room itself. What do the players want to do? And I think what most teams would do in this situation is approach it, let's win every game, but let's be smart about doing it. So that doesn't mean that they're going to go all out if, indeed, they do need to rest a few people.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Garoppolo gives to Breida.
It's run, baby, it's run.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Mike, check. 59. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold able to
Call the game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he's going to keep it here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
The Panthers have the 1st. It's a gain of 12. On 1st down, Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Newton on the move to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now the ball comes loose. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
That's it. 180. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Good. Watch the twist. Watch.
Now Newton on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Gano's kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
That's it, baby. We go front.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season, with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy, because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong, because they have plenty of leg.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
58, right there. Mike, 58, right there. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they wanted desperately to finish